Let's begin what's trending in Rivers State, where the state's administrator, Vice Admiral Ibok-Ete Ibas, on Sunday issued a powerful call for peace as the state transitions back to democratic governance following recently concluded local government elections. While speaking during a Thanksgiving service, Ibas urged Rivers people to abandon political rivalry and personal interest in favor of lasting peace and development.
Rivers people must rise above bitterness, rivalry, and self-interest to pursue the greater good of our state. The progress and prosperity of Rivers State must be placed above personal and/or partisan interest. I make a special appeal to our political actors: shake your sword. Politics must never be an excuse to destroy the very state we are called to serve. To our youth, you are the strength of Rivers State. Do not allow yourselves to be used as tools for violence.
Hearing this corn artist Ibas talking, makes me just to feel so bad that if this were to be a country where things were working, or if this were to be a country where things will work in the future, because if it's not working, there's nothing you can even do about it in the first place. This man ought to be in jail, or this man will be in jail in the future, because this man just allowed a whole instrument of state to be hijacked and put in his own hands. Rivers State is one of the richest states in the country with all its oil revenue and everything, and then this man, a sole administrator, no checks and balances. This man was writing check on behalf of the state and receiving check on behalf of the state. Billions of naira ran through this single entity, and of course we know it's not a single entity because it was being used by Wike and Tinubu. This man must have siphoned the money that Wike was accusing Fubara of not giving to him. This man must have given it to Wike. Now the painful thing is that this man that is an impostor, an illegitimate representative of the state from another state, conducted a local government election where he put in stooges of Wike that will eventually dance to the tone of Wike. In the end, the state governor Fubara will come back and just be a vegetable who, if he does anyhow, it can be impeached by the assembly, and he would have also lost grassroots. Even if he is not impeached by the assembly, he has lost grassroots power because he has lost all the local government elections. And what will now happen is this: by the time they conduct election, even if he recontest and tries to go to another party or does not follow Wike, and they try to even pity him and not remove him, he can never win an election.
Well, Rufai, Ibas's call for unity is crucial in healing political wounds and, of course, rebuilding trust between communities that have been torn apart by electoral violence and, of course, the past leadership that has been rocking River State for a while. So let me take some tweets, because obviously that there will be reactions to this Thanksgiving service as well. This is from D1, who wrote, anybody who values his peace should avoid meddling in Fubara's issue with both Wike and Tinubu going forward. The guy will not send you if you try to support or defend him in any way. Are you guys listening? He has been reinstated. Let him face his work and his relationship with his Oga. Well, Mezie wrote, Tinubu said he boycotted the Constitution of Nigeria to appoint Ibas as sole administrator of Rivers State in a democracy because of heightening insecurity in Rivers. This is almost the 6th month, and we haven't seen Ibas in any security scene in Rivers State. The only thing we've been seeing is that a man sent on a mission to tackle insecurity is now writing off billions from government coffers to only God knows where. Someone sent on a mission to tackle insecurity hasn't caught one criminal in the last 6 months, fair point. But he has conducted a local government election which is nowhere near the insecurity he said he came to tackle. I don't blame them. I blame Nigerians who don't want to take actions. This is 21st century, and responsible citizens all around the world are waking up to taking drastic actions to stop corrupt politicians. Of course, Nigerians are going to speak because there's so much, awareness. There's so much talk about, young Nigerians taking up, the democratic process and all of that. But in the meantime, there's a video before I come to you that has now made the rounds in which we saw Ibas and his wife dancing and singing praises during that Thanksgiving celebration. Let's take a look. We had a longer video, but they were saying, Ibas is just looking around. What's happening? It was just the wife. But of course, Thanksgiving. Bye, go ahead. The wife is dancing.
Won't she?
Ruby on
First
fire.
lady is sweet.
Okay, so for me,
she was first lady though.
yes,
she didn't even have a title.
Okay,
she was
wife of Soul
wife of Soul Administrator.
Yeah. See, for me, I speak to a lot of government people, and the argument they made when the state of emergency happened was the fact that they won't use it to save Fubara. I totally condemn that argument. You used to save Fubara, but you created an aberration on the democratic institution. I don't want such a democracy. I would have preferred, Wike should have done his worst to Fubara. And please, for the opportune time, we are not fighting for Fubara. Fubara is too inconsequential in what we are fighting for. What we are fighting for is the sanctity of the office of the governor. Because Wike that is doing it today, nobody dares do that to him when he was governor. Whatever agreements Fubara and Wike had in their closets, that's their business. But as long as Fubara was already the governor, that seat we're fighting for. And for me, it's a fair fight of principle. Just like I lent my voice in favor of Governor Sanwo-Olu when he was facing his own with those above and the Lagos State House of Assembly matter, the speaker. Do I disagree with Governor Sanwo-Olu? Yes, we don't agree on some things. We agree on some things. But for Fubara, Fubara is not the bone of contention because Fubara will come and he will go. But if you start to desecrate the seat of the governor because it doesn't favor you, then that's what I have something against. And that's why I was talking about institutions. So on that score, it will have been beneficial for even Fubara to have been impeached. Let's see how the process pans out, rather than say you were saving him by putting a state of emergency. So is it what you are saying invariably, as a state of emergency now become a play tool in the hands of politicians that if you want to settle the score and say, okay, let me hold your hand for the other one while he conducts his local government elections, we'll quickly declare state of emergency. You know, it's such a joke, and that's why some groups are already saying because Matawale and Dauda are fighting in Zamfara, declare state of emergency. You can see the joke our democracy has become. And these are the vestiges of demonstration of grace in state affairs.
All right.
I yield the floor.
All right then. Well, we'll continue to...
So Rufai has said it all. It would have just been better if Wike had his way to impeach Fubara so that we will know that yes, that is the worst he can do, rather than allow this situation whereby you are saying you are using the sole administrator to save the neck of Fubara, but in the end it has become an aberration on democratic principles itself, because any politician now who has power can eventually use this as precedents to say, okay, well, it was done by Tinubu and now we can also declare a state of emergency in any way, conduct local government election, wipe out the ruling party, put in the opposition party, and then that will prepare us for the main either gubernatorial or presidential election, and this will now be a point of reference. So it's a shame that Tinubu allowed himself to be used by Wike that we know is the king of all deceivers, the bulldozer without break, a raging storm, the man who is more of theatrics than governance, who wants to make caricature out of everything he handles. In the end, this is how the same Wike will betray Tinubu and make a fool of Tinubu on the media. It's a pity.
Follow up on the story. Let's go to Tokyo now, where the 2025 World Athletics Championships are currently underway. All over the weekend, track and field star and world record holder Tobi Amusan stirred up controversy after revealing the kit she received from the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. In a viral video posted on Snapchat, Amusan highlighted the disparity, noting that while some athletes were gifted boxes of apparel and gear, Nigerian athletes only received a small nylon bag with just 2 outfits. Well, let's take a look at that clip, and then we'll take some reaction.
All the other countries, they give their athletes suitcases. See what in Nigeria pack kits put for athletes. Every year, that's how they collect time. It's one small, like no bag. This country will steady embarrass you. Now, constantly people not switch allegiance. Now, never ready. 1, Rosie is a lover. Put it for video now. 2, now they can't have more. 2 like that. Even blind man not say this thing. It go be like me car for my back body. They give us 2. Down the matter. Wait a minute. They went to bash one. Wear long tights. Wear 3/4 tights. Wear long sleeve. No singlet. No nothing. We never get clothes we go wear for dining. This thing they give us now is strictly competition gear.
Strictly competition gear, that's what I say. But you know, in response, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria accused Amusan of misleading the public, revealing that she demanded business class travel while other athletes flew economy. Well, according to the AFN president, Amusan received exactly the same comprehensive kit package as every other Nigerian athlete at the World Championships in Tokyo. AFN further explained that the hurdler deliberately displayed only one small portion of her complete gear allocation to create a false narrative, while the remainder of the competition items were scheduled for delivery in systematic batches throughout the championship Period. I mean, this was such a response, right? The AFN president also went on to address travel arrangements, revealing that while the federation booked all athletes in economy class to manage costs, Amusan specifically refused to travel unless upgraded to business class. Our athletes are flying economy, forcing AFN to purchase a separate premium ticket for her alone at considerable additional expenses. Let me take some reactions. This is from Major, who wrote, 2 simple questions. 1, why did you have to send the kids separately? Would it not have been prudent to send the kids in a single packet? 2, why should your athletes fly economy all the way to Tokyo? Nigeria to Tokyo is very far. Sitting on an economy cabin for such a long flight may even impact their performance. They need to be comfortable. Hence, she opted for business class. Only a person who has never seen the inside of a plane or flew directly to Asia would argue about this. This is what this Twitter user is saying. But I am not surprised. It's Nigeria, the epitome of mediocrity. Well, Elvis wrote, they got exposed and suddenly claimed the kits were being sent in batches. But why didn't the United Kingdom, USA and others send theirs in batches? A kit that fits in one suitcase abroad is being sent to Nigerian athletes in batches. Make it make sense. And that's the question, Ayo. Yes. Make it make sense. Because we did see other videos of other athletes from different parts of the world, the United States to start with, because I saw this one, I mean, even in, in Africa.
They're all going to the same competition. They're all competing on that. So whether US anywhere. Yes.
This is the question. But how is it that they got their complete gear and Tobi is saying that she's got just 2 packs? But we also know that the company that is responsible for the kits said that they were going to have a bunch of items in their kits.
Okay. Ayo, maybe it's systematic because it's Ekele Chuku or GIG that taking.
No, Ekele. Stop.
No. Maybe it's local transport. The athletes went by air, but the kits are coming behind them by dispatch. It's systematic dispatch via GIV. God is good motors. It's taking dispatch.
God is good motors would actually deliver.
It's coming. No, I mean it's so sad that we keep talking about these things, and that's why we keep losing our best athletes. Where's Favor Ofili today? Oji, the same incompetence, administrative wahala that has driven this youngster from Nigeria to Turkey. Now, Tobi Amusan, despite all the shenanigans despite all the shenanigans of the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, has remained with Nigeria a world-class, world-breaking athlete. And you are accusing I think the AFN president ought to face the National Assembly at this rate. To come out with that kind of disgraceful statement, to say that she flew first business class while others flew, you should hide your head in shame. Nigerian athletes, so this is what they are going through. So what is the point of them coming back and then we give each of them $100,000 and houses in Abuja? Can they use that money to invest in our athletes so that they can actually have a better chance at these competitions? So that kit is not in any way comparable anywhere in the world. And if we keep talking about different aspects that's failing in Nigeria, let's see the budget that was allocated to this competition. Let us see how much, because they're saying that the money wasn't enough. Let us see how much, line item by line item, and how the money was spent, because we'll see that someone dropped the ball along the way. And that is why we're having kits in batches where some are coming with first class, others with dispatch right. Well, in all honesty and in truth, when can we get it right? Somebody said, and I was ashamed to really agree with the person, that we are becoming an epitome of mediocrity. Yes. Whereby if it's mediocre, then it's a Nigerian thing. And that's not who we are. Right. We have talented people. We have excellent people. It's just that we keep putting a round peg in square holes. We keep putting people who are not fit for the job in the position, and they come out with press statements like this in justification for a posh show out. I keep saying, until heads roll, until their punishment, and very publicly so, we'll continue to see this shameful display on the global scene. I hope that they apologize to Tobi Amusan, and they apologize to all the athletes who had to fly in inconvenience to Japan to represent Nigeria.
To add to that story of what's happening in Tokyo, there's a report, and I challenged the AFN to dismiss it, which is that there were more officials who traveled than athletes. You saw, and that's why I'm saying that please, come and debunk it, because the people are saying that it was 15 athletes and there were more officials. So maybe the athletes couldn't be put in business class because the officials had already taken up all the seats in business class.
Couldn't they get the sponsors to put them on business class?
I mean, and it just chimes into the same point that it's in vain if we're celebrating the fact that when they do well against all odds, then we now shower them with gifts. How about we invest? We don't even need 100,000 per person. We just invest a minimal amount to ensure that they have conducive conditions, that when they get there, they're also able to perform at their best. They have peace of mind. All these stories of I did well against all odds shouldn't be the norm. It should not be the norm at all.
And a lot of her counterparts, her sports mates have also chimed in. We said in her support on this whole mess. I mean, we need some more information from the Athletics Federation of Nigeria.